Hey guys, it's Red Wolfless here, and welcome back to part 2 of this exceedingly long speed paint video. So, last time we left off, I was talking about some of the main storyline plots and some of the funny things that I was messing up with here. So, we're right back into it, we're recoloring it, and you'll see here that I tried something different this time. Usually I just go ahead and color it painstakingly, very carefully, but this time I decided to try to highlight it and then color it because it's a lot faster that way, and then you don't have to worry about it getting into messy parts and getting all over the place. And yeah, Dakota's wings do have like a fade color in reds. Like they're redder at the tips and they're darker closer they are to the wing membrane, the wing ligaments and stuff. So, and pretty much all Dakotans have that. I can't really think of. No, Windseeker Dakotans and Dakotans with like feathers don't have that fade, so that's a big key difference. Like Windseekers, like they get really colorful wings. I think I made a few adoptables of them that have been taken. That they just their wings match their eye color and their fire color and their main color. So, and I wanted to give each species a really unique look, which is also why I'm planning on a lot of revamps in the species. You'll notice that right now the 2020 version of the Rapido Dakotian is up, and I kind of give him different features because I want him to be different. So, like, the Rapido Dakotian has a shorter snout, smaller head, and docked ears, and they have a large tail and small wings. And there are a few species that I am planning on changing up a bit because I want them to be more diverse than they appear to be, because my style now is allowing me to change a lot of what I draw and make a lot of differences that I've been practicing over the years. So at this point, I'm getting all the color in, and now I'm working on the background, which you will see that I scrap this entire idea. I'm gonna leave it in because you'll see me floundering about, and I think it is kind of funny. So I'm trying to draw a building, and it's not working very well. So you will see this going down, and I'm gonna leave it in because I feel like it's interesting enough to leave it in. So I do end up spreading the making the thing bigger, and I do ended up flipping that off. So no, not flipping it off. Like finishing that edge right there. So then I'm working on it. I'm like, okay, maybe I'm gonna have a street here because it's kind of like a rural area. And then I decided to like, hey, like these houses are mostly made of cobblestone. Like it's like a fantasy world. So okay, we're gonna try and draw some stony look to it. So I put in the base color and then fill out the edges because I wanted to give like this natural look without using line art, but that whole idea gets scrapped. Trust me. So you will see here that I do like oh, that's an alleyway. Okay, we're gonna put that in, and then I'm gonna put a dark color in, which is like where the sun isn't hitting it, I think. So I do end up doing that, and then yeah, that whole thing right there. I just had to do it a long way because it wasn't working with the select tool. So I fill that in painstakingly. I think I spent like an hour on this, just trying to figure things out. So yeah, I do get that in, and I try to make it as neat as I can because I'm a perfectionist, and I can't handle anything that's not like 100%. And as you can see for the second time in this video, the internet has gone out, and because at this point I'm actually watching a video on my second monitor screen while I'm doing this. So yeah, so I'm like, dang it, video's paused again. YouTube, why aren't you working? So I do end up like reconnecting and then connecting again, so that usually fixes it. I don't know what it is with CenturyLink. They offer terrible customer service, and their internet is just so slow. Yeah, so I get that in, and then I thought about doing that edge, but then I got rid of that idea. So now I'm going in with the roof because the roof is currently would be the place with the most sun. So I'm like, okay, it's gonna be even lighter color. Even though I was gonna color over it with like a roof on it, like an actual like wooden roof or something, but I do scrap this whole idea, and I just like, you know what, I'm just gonna do a natural background. Because I picture like the castle near the city, it's farther away, and I think that I'm actually gonna put a forest in between it, because forests are great and everything. So here I'm trying to like, okay, I'm gonna make like the cobblestone And then I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna go this way so I can have like a frame that I want to put. So I ended up putting this here and, you know, recopying that so it's all around the same length and height and distance. And yeah, it's kind of like a grid. It's like a height grid. And that actually what's reminded me of it. So I'm like, okay, am I gonna keep this or not? And then I eventually decided that no, I'm not gonna keep it. I'm gonna copy it. I'm gonna put it over there. And yeah, so actually here is I actually started this today. Like as of this recording, I did this today. I was floundering around in Photoshop, and I decided, you know what, I'm gonna do it in here because there's a lot of nice brushes in here. So I eventually. Oh no, this isn't Photoshop. Shoot. This is Paint Studio Pro EX or something like that. It's a really nice program. Or is it Photoshop? No, it's not Photoshop. I didn't use Photoshop for this. So it comes with a lot of nice brushes. I think I actually ended up paying $130 for this program, maybe more. I don't remember. And it's nice because there's a lot of updates, and a lot of people put brushes up on the app, so you can go like, okay, go to store, look at all these brushes and stuff like that. So I ended up doing it in here because I can't really do what I want in Paint Tool size. So I have like 6 different art programs that I use for different things, and Paint Tool size is mainly my #1, but this is for things that I need more intricate, detailed work, because this just offers better brushes, and there's a lot more it's a lot more friendly than Photoshop is. So you will see that I did change the brush size a couple of times. I did that for the grass. So the grass is currently 1 layer for the blank color, and then I'm floundering around with things. I'm like, okay, what am I going to do here? I actually end up deciding not to put more foliage in there. So back to the grass. Grass is a blank color, and then 4 different layers of the varying sizes that I changed for the grass texture that I added there. Because I don't want the grass to be so overbearing like some of my older works. I want it to be more spread out and kind of like not overgrown wild grass. Because it's in an area that is civilized and there's not really anything like that. So here I am trying to like say, okay, well I want the bark to be visible, so what am I going to do there? And then I decide to do that in Paint Tool Psi. So I move it to Paint Tool Psi, and then I'm like, okay, how am I going to get this in here without ruining all of the layers? So I start by highlighting the whole thing and then moving it, and then I realize, wait a second, I'm doing it backwards. I have to start from the beginning. So then I go down and start adding it in, and remarkably it fits. So what I did is I took the size, the painting size in Paint Tool Psi, and then moved it to there, and here I am cleaning some things up, but I do actually forego the whole idea of the buildings, because I want Dakota, I might change that he's actually like kind of gonna skirt around the village and not go through it. So I'm cleaning things up here, and then eventually it goes down to that I'm like, okay, I'm done for now. Sorry for the abrupt cut, everyone. I went AWOL for like an entire week and just did a bunch of homework. So yeah, so it has officially been a week since the last recording of this video. And currently, right now, I am trying a few new things because I want to mix in a couple things with the shading and lighting in it. So you will see a couple different changes. Oh yeah, my cat, he's in and out like 100 times a day. It's ridiculous. So he will come back, and I will have to let him out in a minute. So in this video, you will notice that currently, right now, I am doing shading in this part, and then cat again. Yeah, this all happened in a span of a minute. About maybe a little bit less. So I did speed this up again to the same speed that I have for all the other videos, and this particular recording session lasted about 1 hour and 10 minutes, which is good considering that I've spent let's say 5.5, 6 hours on this drawing, which is considerably less time than it used to take me to produce a drawing of this quality. So I will say that I have gotten faster and I have gotten better over the years, I mean, of course. So again, I'm going with the new attempt at putting in minimalistic touches, because the sun where I have him is going to be kind of up in the sky, but it's still behind him. So the light is kind of reflecting off of him a little bit. So I do add some of that there, and That's pretty much it. Where before I go back in it, so I'm just getting the base of where the lighting is, and usually I don't really have to draw any light source like tutorial or outline. I usually have that down pretty good. So again, here I'm going in trying to keep that minimalistic feel to it before I come back in with something heavier. And yeah, I do notice that I forgot to color in a thing, so I do go back and fix that, and then I move on to the next part where yeah, I just get that in, and there you will see that there are a couple of times that I'm like, wait, do I want to put that in there? Do I want to not put that in there? And I do actually skip over a few things that I'm like, it doesn't look good there, but I will eventually come back and add to that. So the brush that I'm using right now, as you can see, has like a lot of texture and size when you press down on it too much, and I'm using that because it's allowing for a better perspective and scope of the whole area of where the light's supposed to be coming. So it's good to have some inconsistencies in the brush, you know, in those moments. So again, keeping that thing, trying to put that in there, and you will see that I do flounder around a bit with that, but I eventually decide for something on that, and I move on. And again, I flounder here because I'm like, wait a second, do I really want some of this stuff there? Do I not want it? But it's going to by so fast that like you can't even see how long I was there for it. Sorry guys, I'm a little bit odd today. I don't know if you can hear my voice or anything like that, but I haven't gone outside at all, so I mean, I guess that could be it. I'm just getting a little stir crazy. Let's see, what do I really want to talk about? Like, that's the question. Like, you just gotta keep talking in these videos sometimes, and it's just weird. Let's see here. I think that I want to talk a bit more about the first book, because, I mean, I finished with a scene that's supposed to be further along in the book, where, for like a couple chapters or so ahead of the rewrite, but it's into a point that I haven't really scoped out that much, so I'm really fleshing that out, and it's about the first major, oh, there is a fly on the microphone, get out of there. So it's about the first major battle in the book one, and this scene again is from book one. It's the very end of it. And the first major battle, Dakota, Jade, and Norin are on the front lines. They don't want to be there, and I might release it early because I wanted to add a picture that I had for it that was after it, because at the end there is a bit of a problem, but I won't enlighten it too much because spoilers. People hate spoilers usually. So they get into this battle. It isn't what they would have thought it was. Of course, Norin, he knew what it was, but Jade and Dakota were like, what? What is this? So they do struggle a bit, and they kind of get by the skin of their teeth. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that they weren't really the ground forces, they were more of the support. So that could be attributed to why they got by so unscathed in the battle. But again, like, you know, the emotions that they're feeling in that scene is like I thought battle was this cool honorary thing, you know, it's all this honor and valor and victory, and it's not, because, well, Dakota can't smell, so he can't really picture that part of it, because in battle it's supposed to, you know, the blood and all of the scorched things, again, cat, I can't smell, so it's kind of hard to picture that, but I do try to add that in by, you know, Jade and everyone else around Dakota, but he can't really grasp what's going on because he doesn't have that sensory, you know, thing. He can't sense anything from the smell alone, so he has to kind of go by his eyes and his ears, and it's very unsettling to him. And this is a point where Archon, he's gotten into this phase where he's not listening to Archon as much anymore. He's going AWOL, and he's leaning more towards Jade and Norin. So that is also a part where, like, he doesn't really take Archon very seriously anymore. He doesn't really listen to him all the time, but in this particular battle, he's kind of forced to, because that's also a reason why, hey, he's still alive, because, you know, he's got a second set of eyes and stuff like that. So, I mean, that is also another key factor, but in this, you know, the battle, it's very rough, and it still haunts him from the scenes of it, but yet he feels kind of this exhilaration that most Dakotans normally feel when in the presence of battle. Like, they like to fight. It's heavily outlined in their tradition that I have for them. You know, they hold all these crazy tournaments. They love this stuff. But a tournament and a full-scale battle, you know, in war are two different things. So there is a bit of, you know, some floundering about in the feelings that they don't really understand. Okay, here we go. This is where I use the weight of the brush itself to kind of add that effect, where I'll go heavier in some areas and lighter in other areas. And I actually really, really liked the way it came out, so I'm really happy about that. I do make it lighter a couple times. I'm messing around with some of the settings. And is this the point where... No, it's not. So, right now, I'm doing the I'm doing the eyes. Okay. Sorry, I literally just stopped recording this, and then I came back. Like, I haven't really had any water for the past couple hours to kind of smooth my throat off, because I've just been sat here drawing, you know, for a while. So, yeah, I'm adding more of this red tone, because again, his eyes glow. Now, mostly normal Dakotans, their eyes do hold a bit of glowing factor. They do kind of glow sometimes, especially with their emotions. But Dakota's shadow form, it's like incessantly glowing. It's just an insane amount of glow that he's got going on. And here I'm kind of blending it in, because I'm like, the shadows are not going to work well with this. It's just going to look weird. So I come in with a brush that's the same color as the other grass behind it, and I just add that in to make it look more natural. So I'm kind of going over a few things and stuff like that. And I do put the shadows in, but I come back to this because I'm like, it looks kind of clunky. I'm just going to blur it in the bottom of it. And actually, here's the thing that I'm really upset about. Paint Tool Sai version 2 doesn't come with a brush that you know, a blur brush setting. It just comes with a filter brush that blurs everything. So what you can do is you can take the watercolor brush, default brush, and then I think it's like take the dilution down and take the other stuff down, so where it only blurs things and doesn't really have color to it. And that's kind of like the only solution that people have right now with Paint Tool Sai 2. I mean, it's nice. It adds a lot more feature, you know, has quite a few more features than the first version, and it's nice. So I'm getting in some of that coloring, and yeah, I do stick with that once I get that in, I think. Or do I come back? No. I get rid of some of this stuff, I think, and then I come back with a green color for the grass, I think, like, because I'm not seeing it on the screen right here. No, okay, I'm messing with the line art, seeing if it would work or not, because here I always see the arts. I always see art that has its line art like kind of opaque and gotten rid of, but whenever I do that, the original base color and all stuff like that, it just looks so clunky and ugly that I just kind of got the idea, like, this is a big drawing, kind of. I'm just gonna come into a few parts and just erase some stuff on the line art. And it came out really well, so I'm really, really happy about that, because I'm like, look, the line art is just really overbearing sometimes. And here, I originally planned to have this as being like one of those fake screenshots, but I got rid of it because it just didn't work. So I'm like, look, I'm not gonna put the fake screenshot in there, like, I'm not gonna do that, it just looks so stupid. But, yeah, so I actually forgot what Dakota actually says in that scene, so like, okay, I wrote it down, I'm just gonna go back to the original line art. And then I'm looking at all the other things, all the different fonts, but yeah, I do get rid of this, and I think it is kind of funny. Anyway, that is it for this video. As you can see, here's the full art piece right here, and I hope you like this video, so like, subscribe, comment. You don't really have to do any of those things, it doesn't really bother me, but hope you guys are staying safe out there. Take care.